All right. Well, thank you so much, for coming virtually. I know we all really appreciate it. It's a great cause. I'm so happy to be here in Asbury Park at the Watermark. It's just, as you can tell, it's such a great space. It's really nice to do a live feed somewhere other than that room. I always do the live feeds, and so it's a lot of fun. And so like usual, I'm going to be doing a lot of all requests for the most part. I already have a lot written here, and I know more are going to come in. So if you have requests, feel free to let me know, and I'm always more than happy to play it. And if you like what you hear, and if I do your request, please consider a donation to Light a Day. It's for a great cause, and I'm so happy to be doing something this year for it. I was in Asbury Park last year, and I did one or two events, and I got to see all those great guys, including Springsteen at the Paramount, and it was a great time and great memory. So I'm really happy to be back, even if it's in a different capacity this year. And so, with that said, I hope everything looks great and sounds great. It definitely does here, and I really appreciate that. So I'm gonna start with some of these requests. This song over here is this is a Springsteen tune that was requested. It's one of the newer ones. I hear the sound of your guitar coming from the mystic far. Stone and the gravel in your voice. You in my dreams and I rejoice. Just like ghosts cutting through the night, spirits filled with light, and I need you by my side. Your love and I'm alive. I can feel the blood shiver in my bones. I'm alive and I'm out here on my own. I'm alive and I'm coming home. And I'm coming home. Old buckskin jacket you always wore hangs on the back of my bedroom door. Boots and the spurs you used to ride, they click down the hall but never arrive. Just like ghosts moving through the night, spirits filled with light. Oh, and I got you by my side. Your love and I'm alive. I can feel the blood shiver in my bones. Well, I'm alive and I'm out here on my own. Well, I'm alive and I'm coming home. Well, and I'm coming home. Old friend, a twin from Johnny's Music downtown, still set on 10 to burn this house down. We're counting the band, kicking new overdrive. By the end of the set, we leave no one alive. Ghosts running through the night, spirits filled with light, and I need you by my side. Your love and I'm alive. Shoulder your Les Paul and finger that fretboard. those who've come before. I turn up the volume and kick into overdrive. Brother and sister on the other side. I'm alive, I can feel the blood shiver in my bones. I'm alive and I'm out here on my own. I'm alive and I'm coming home. And I'm coming home. Just like ghosts cutting through the night, spirits filled with light, and I need you by my side. Your love and I'm alive. So that's always a really fun one to play. I appreciate the request. I'm going to switch over to a guitar now and keep it going. All right, I'll move over here to acoustic and I'll play an original. This was one that was requested, which I really appreciate because I had a lot of fun writing it, and so I appreciate people listening. And this is one from the new record Down the Line. Came out I guess 2 months now. It's gone by pretty quick, but it was a lot of fun to put together. And this was a song I kind of treated as the single off of it. It's called Lines on the Road, and I really appreciate the request. Thank you. Well, I'm hypnotized by the lines rushing by on the road, measuring the time in song, feeling the highway below. I'm not worried about figuring out my life. No one ever seems to make it out alive. No, I'm just seeing how long I can survive. Well, the news reports hell, 'cause that's what sells on the TV. I tuned it out so long ago, yeah, it just wasn't fooling me. Well, it's the same sad story told a different way to fill time between the commercials they play. Well, I'd rather be hypnotized by the lines on the highway. And I'm living on the road to get away from it all, hoping we're not too far gone. Keep my distance from the parts of the world that don't belong. When I'm hypnotized by the lines on the road, keeping time in song. Well, people got something to share, but I just don't care what they're thinking. Well, their ideas are bad, or even worse, it just depends on what they're drinking. They'll tell you how to live, but they don't have a clue, and they'll say they know it better than you. Well, tell you life's so short when it's the longest thing they ever do. And I'm living on the road to get away from it all, hoping we're not too far gone. Keep my distance from the parts of the world when I'm hypnotized by the lines on the road, keeping time in song. Well, the days don't last, so the world goes fast asleep. The cars drain off the road until it's just a highway and me. I watch a lined open road as I drive and wonder where I'm gonna ride. I'm not worried about figuring out my life. No one ever seems to make it out alive. No, I'm still seeing how long I can survive. And I'm living on the road to get away from it all, hoping we're not too far gone. Keep my distance from the parts of the world that don't belong. When I'm hypnotized by the lines on the road, keeping time in song. Well, I'm hypnotized by the lines rushing by on the road. So I appreciate that request. It's always a lot of fun to play, and it was a lot of fun to write, so I'm really glad people are listening. I'm going to switch back over to piano here and keep it going. I've been getting a lot of requests for Springsteen tunes, and so I figure I'll keep playing them. It's always a lot of fun. This next one is this is another tune off of the Letter to You album, which is great. I enjoy listening to it, and appreciate the request. Almost forgot the harmonica. All right. Well, there's a light on yonder mountain, and it's calling me to shine. And there's a girl over by the water fountain, and she's asking to be mine. And Jesus is standing in the doorway in a buckskin jacket, boots and spurs so fine. So we need you to light up in Dodge City, 'cause there's just too many outlaws trying to work the same life. Jesus was a sheriff and I were a priest. My lady was a nurse, my mama was a thief. Papa rode shotgun on the Fargo line. But there's just too many outlaws trying to work the same life. Sweet Virgin Mary runs a Holy Grail saloon. For a nickel she'd give you a whiskey and a personally blessed balloon. And the Holy Ghost is the host with the most, and he runs a burlesque show. They'll let you in for free, they'll hit you when you go. And Mary serves Mass on Sunday, she sells her body on Monday to the bootlegger who pays the highest price. He don't know he got stuck with a loser. She's a stone junkie, what's more, she's a user. But only been made once or twice by some kind of magic. If Jesus was a sheriff and I were a priest, if my lady was an heiress and my mama was a thief, if Papa rode shotgun on the Fargo line, there's still too many bad boys trying to work the same line. Well, things ain't been the same in heaven since Big Bad Bobby came to town. He's been on a down 11, and he'd ask for another round. But I got scabs on my knees from kneeling way too long. It's about time I took a stand and played the man where I belong. Forget about the old friends and the old times. There's just too many new boys trying to work the same line. Well, if Jesus was a sheriff and I were a priest, if my lady was an heiress and my mama was a thief, if Papa rode shotgun on the Fargo line, there's just too many outlaws trying to work the same line. Well, there's a light on yonder mountain, and it's calling me to shine. And there's a girl by the water fountain, and she's asking to be mine. And Jesus is standing in the doorway, 6 guns drawn and ready to fan. He says, we need you to light up in Dodge City. Told him I was already overdue for Cheyenne. Well, if Jesus was a sheriff and I were a priest, if my lady was an heiress, my mama was a thief, Papa rode shotgun on the Fargo line, there's just too many outlaws trying to work the same line. Well, if Jesus was a sheriff and I were a priest, all right. That one's always a ton of fun to play. I'm going to keep the request going. I'll stay on the piano for this one. Just grab a drink first. All right. I had a request for some Jackson Browne. I'm always more than happy to play it. It's always a lot of fun. And this one is one of my favorites. It's one of the first Jackson Browne songs I learned, I guess. Maybe my fourth. I know a lot, so. Anyway, this is from the Late for the Sky album, I believe, and it's one of my favorites. Looking through some photographs I found inside the drawer. Well, I was taken by a photograph of you. Well, there were one or two I know that you would have liked a little more, but they didn't show your spirit quite as true. Well, you were turning around to see who was behind you, and I took your childish laughter by surprise. And at the moment that my camera happened to find you, well, there was just a trace of sorrow in your eye. Well, now the things that I remember seem so distant and so small, although it hasn't really been that long a time. What I was seeing wasn't what was happening at all, although for a while our path did seem to climb. But when you see through love's illusions, there lies a danger, and your perfect lover just looks like a perfect fool. So you go running off in search of a perfect stranger. There's this loneliness springing up from your life like a fountain from a pool, a fountain of sorrow, a fountain of light. You've known that hollow sound of your own steps in flame. You had to hide sometimes, but now you're alright. And it's good to see your smiling face tonight. Well, now for you and me, it may not be that hard to reach our dreams, but that magic feeling never seems to last. And while the future's there for anyone to change, well, still you know it seems it might be easier sometimes to change the past. I'm just 1 or 2 years and a couple of changes behind you in my lessons at love's pain and heartache school, where if you feel too free and you need something to remind you, well, there's this loneliness springing up from your life like a fountain from a pool, a fountain of sorrow, fountain of light. You've known that hollow sound of your own steps in flight. You had to hide sometimes, but now you're alright. And it's good to see your smiling face tonight. Fountain of sorrow, fountain of light. You had to hide sometimes, and you've had to fight to keep understanding and compassion in sight. You could be laughing at me, you got the right. Smiling, so clear and so bright. All right, I'm going to switch over to electric now and keep playing. All right, this next tune is another original. And I always like to play this when I'm down in Asbury Park. It always kind of reminds me. I wrote it in Asbury Park. And so I really appreciate the request for the originals and the covers and everything. And again, if I'm playing your request, please consider a donation to Light of Day. It's a great cause, and we really appreciate it. But I wrote this actually during Light of Day last year. I was staying over at the Empress Hotel because I was over the course of a weekend I was playing, and we're a little too far from where I lived, Asbury Park, to go down, come back, and go back down, so we just stayed over. And just like this weekend, last weekend it was snowy, and there was snow on the boardwalk and everything, and that was something I hadn't really seen. And so I was looking out the window of the Empress Hotel, and I noticed by the pool they kind of have like a little like tiki bar looking place, and it had snow on the roof, and that was something I hadn't really pictured. And so I ended up writing this song kind of about that. And so I always think about it when I think of Light of Day and Asbury Park and this time of year. So I hope you like it. Sun coming up, I see it shining on the sand. Looking out my window, hoping you'd stop by if you can. Business is good, but it'd be much better if you were here. Sometimes I look down the snowy boardwalk and just pray you'd appear. And I own a little tiki bar, and it's always open. I'll leave a torch going for it. Ain't it hard when our old memories come back and taunt you? But you know where to find me, 'cause my tiki bar is always open. So stop by if you want to. Stop by if you want to. Well, there's a back room behind the bar, and that's where I've been living. I let the regular drunks do what they want, as long as they don't start pissing. In summertime, the money's good when the vacation crew rolls in. Hawaiian shirts and flip-flops, and dads that need a break from their kid. And I own a little tiki bar, and it's always open. I'll leave a torch going for you. Ain't it hard when our old memories come back and taunt you? But you know where to find me, 'cause my tiki bar is always open. So stop by if you want to. Well, stop by if you want to. Well, summer fades just like your love for me. So I'm always alone when I watch it snow out on the sea. So please stop in, 'cause in the wintertime only the ocean waves back. Yeah, so I'm still crying blue and taking my coffee black. And I'm in a little tiki bar and it's always open. I'll leave a torch going for it. Ain't it hard when our old memories come back and taunt you? But you know where to find me, 'cause my tiki bar is always open. So stop by if you want to. Well, stop by if you want to. Stop by if you want to. Whoa. Stop by if you want to. Whoa. So that's always a really fun one to play, and I always think about it when I think of Light of Day, and because I wrote it right around that time last year. And last year was a ton of fun with those gigs, and I'm having such a great time this year as well. And so I really appreciate being able to do it. This next song I'll do is a song by the Rolling Stones. I had a request for this. It was funny when I learned this song. I learned this song, it was Ron Blair, who is the bassist for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. His birthday was coming up, and so I asked him if he wanted to hear a song, and he suggested this one. This is his favorite Rolling Stones song, and then I did it, and I put it up, and I ended up liking the song so much, and he ended up, he always had liked the song so much that when I went to California to play with some of the Heartbreakers, we ended up doing this song. So we did like a Tom Petty tribute weekend out there, in his memory. And we opened with a Petty song, and then we did this song, and then we continued the rest of the night with some Petty songs. But this was a lot of fun. This is called Play with Fire. Well, you got your diamond, you've got your pretty clothes, and your chauffeur drives your car, and you let everybody know. But don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. And your mother, she's an heiress, owns a block in St. John's Wood. And your father'd be there with her if he only could. But don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. The old man took her diamonds and tiaras by the score. Now she gets her kicks in Stepney, not in Knightsbridge anymore. But don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Yeah, don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Well, you will get your diamonds, and you will get some others, but you better watch your step, girl, or start living with your mother. But don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. But don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. All right, so thank you for that request. It's always fun to play, and it's always a fun memory playing it out in California too. But that's one of my favorite tunes, and so I appreciate the request. This next tune is another Springsteen one, and it's another one of my favorites. All right. Grab your ticket and your suitcase. Thunder's rolling down this track. You don't know where you're going now, but you know you won't be back. Well, darling, if you're weary, lay your head up on my chest. We'll take what we can carry, and we'll leave the rest. Big wheels roll through fields where sunlight streams. Well, meet me in a land of hope and dream. Yeah, well, I will provide for you, and I'll stand by your side. You need a good companion now for this part of the ride. So leave behind those sorrows. Yeah, well, let this day be the last. Tomorrow there'll be sunshine, and all this darkness past. And big wheels roll through fields where sunlight streams. Yeah, well, meet me in a land of hope and dream. Oh, this train carries saints and sinners. This train carries losers and winners. This train carries whores and gamblers. This train carries lost souls. Well, I said this train, dreams will not be thwarted. This train, faith will be rewarded. This train, hear the steel wheels singing. This train, bells of freedom ringing. And I said this train carries saints and sinners. This train carries losers and winners. And this train carries whores and gamblers. This train carries lost souls. Well, I said this train, oh, get ready. You don't need no ticket for this train. Oh, just get on board. train, on this train, on this train, all of this train. All right, so I appreciate that request too. That's a lot of fun. We did that one a while back with a group of people, and we put the video together. That was a lot of fun, and so I always think of that when I do that one. So I'm gonna do this next one over on piano, but gonna require a little bit of a set change. It's something I have never really done before. I did it in a video one time, and it went over really well, and I appreciate the response. And so it was a request this time. So. But this tune is it's one by Dire Straits, who are great. I always listen to Dire Straits, and I always had an appreciation for them, of course. But it wasn't until I really started listening to Mark Knopfler that I could go back and listen to Dire Straits and really, really appreciate it. That whole Sailing to Philadelphia album is what gave me. Really got me into going back and listening to some Dire Straits, and this was one of the songs that's my favorite. And I'm going to do it on piano. All right. Sorry about that. A love-struck Romeo, he's got a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that you made. And he finds a street light, and he steps out of the shade, and he says something like, well, you and me, babe, how about it? Juliet says, hey, it's Romeo, you nearly give me a heart attack. He's underneath the window, she's singing, hey, la, my boyfriend's back. You shouldn't come around here singing up at other people like that anyway. Well, what you gonna do about it? Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I'm betting you exploded in my heart. And I forget the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet? We come up on different streets, yeah, they're both streets of shame, both dirty, yeah, both mean, but the dream was just the same. And I dreamed my dream for you, and now your dream is real. How can you look at me like I was just another one of your deals? 'Cause you can fall for chains of silver, you can fall for chains of gold, you can fall for pretty strangers. When you see the promises they hold, you promise me everything, yeah, you promise me thick and thin. Now you just say, hey Romeo, well yeah, I used to have a scene with him. Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry. You said I love you just like the stars above. I love you, baby, till I die. And there's a place for us. You know the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet? can't do the talk now, like the talk on TV. I can't do a love song the way it's meant to be. I can't do everything, but I'd do anything for you. I can't do anything except be in love with you. And all I do is kiss the way we used to be. And all I do is keep the beat and the rock and roll company. And all I do is kiss you through the bars of Orion with Juliet. I do the stars with you anytime. Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry. You said I love you just like the stars above. I love you, baby, till I die. And there's a place for us. You know the movie song, when you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet. A love-struck Romeo, he sings the streets a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that you made. He finds a street light and he steps out of the shade and he says something like, you and me, babe, how about it? You and me, babe, how about it? You and me, babe, how about it? Yeah, how about it? How about it? Yeah, how about it? All right, that was a lot of fun. It's good. It's the second time I've tried that, so I'm glad it worked. I brought this guitar specifically for that. This guitar I have nines on. It's a lower gauge string, which is kind of like how he plays, I think. And so it's fun to. Yeah, I'm not using a pick for it. One of the only songs I don't use a pick for it. So I brought this just to try it out. But I'll play this one for another song because I think it sounded pretty good. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and so I appreciate that request. I was just thinking on the car right here, I was thinking I'd try that again one of these days. I'll tease it a little bit. One of these days I want to try that with Jungle Land, doing it for like a piano Saturday. If you're not on my page, every Saturday I release a piano song called Piano Saturday. This was last week's, I think, maybe the week before that. But I want to try it one day with Jungle Land. But before I do that, I'll try Jungle Land. This was a request too. I'll do this on guitar. Just a different guitar. All right, I appreciate you guys being patient. I had to move the looper back from the piano. All right, here it is. Well, the Rangers had a homecoming in Harlem late last night, and the Magic Rat rode a stick machine over the Jersey state line. Barefoot girl sitting on the hood of her dad. She was drinking warm beer in the soft summer rain. The rat pulls and the town rolls up his pants. Together they take a stab at romance and disappear down Flamingo Lane. With a maximum lawman run down Flamingo, chasing the rat and the barefoot girl. And the kids around here look just like shadows, man. You always know they're so quiet and holding hands. From the churches to the jails, tonight all is silent in the world. As we take our stand down in Jungle Land. Well, the midnight gangs assemble, pick the rendezvous for the night. We'll meet neath that giant Exxon sign that brings this fair city light. Well, there's an opera out on the turnpike. Well, there's a ballet being fought out in the alley. To the local cops, cherry tops, oh, they rip this holy night. Outside the streets alive, secret debts are paid, contacts made, they vanished unseen. It's flash guitars just like switchblades, hustling for the record machine. The hungry and the hunted explode in a rock and roll band. They face off against each other out in the street, down in Jungle Land. That's right. parking lot, the visionaries dress in the latest rave. Inside the back street, girls are dancing to the records the DJ plays. Lonely-hearted lovers struggle in dark corners, desperate as the night moves on. Just one look and a whisper, and they're gone. Beneath the city, two hearts beat, soul engines running through a night so tender. In a bedroom locked in whispers of salt, refusal and then surrender in the night. In the tunnels uptown, the rats on dream guns them down. Shots echo down the hallways of the night. No one watches as the ambulance turns away, or as a girl shuts out her bedroom light. Outside the streets on fire in a real death war between what's flesh and what's fantasy. And the poets down here don't write nothing at all. They just stand back and let it all be. In the quick of the night, they reach for their moment and try to make an honest stand. But they wind up wounded, not even dead. Well, tonight in jungle land, so that's a really fun one to play. I'm glad that was a request because I always like to break it out. That's one I always like to do at the Spring Nuts events and all those types of events that I do down here in Asbury Park. So I was really glad I was able to do it. I'm going to switch over to piano and keep it going. Another sheet of requests came in, so I'll keep it going as much as I can. I had a request for an original come through. I'll play it here. This is one that I don't get requested too much, so I'm happy it was. This is from the Down the Line album. This is called Frontier Time. This is one that I always like to play, but I don't break it out that much. So when I saw it requested it, I really want to play it. Here it is. Yeah, the sun rose today. I guess yesterday couldn't tag along. And empires fall, foundations decay. Doesn't seem to matter if they're strong. One day everything that's left is left behind to make room for whatever new they find. Just another something that's one of a kind. Just another something they'll leave behind as they stand on the ashes of the frontier of time. Now watch the sand on the beach get swallowed by the waves as the moon pulls up the tide. And orange fades to purple shades as a color drains into the night sky. Can't help thinking how afraid I am of wasting too much of my life, trying to get one of these days to change. But every time I watch the rising tide, I realize that everything begins and ends the same. Yeah, the sun rose today. I guess yesterday couldn't tag along. And empires fall, foundations decay. It wouldn't seem to matter if they're strong. And one day everything that's left is left behind to make room for whatever new they find. Just another something that's one of a kind. Just another something they'll leave behind as they stand on the ashes of the frontier of time. Well, Everyone's dragged by the hands of time, and it pulls like a runaway train. And there's so much track, it never circles back, and anything behind it rusts in a rain. But there's no staying where there's nothing left to find. Only thing to do is keep up with the frontier of time. Now watch the world move on from what they declare obsolete. Then I'll watch them do it again. Yeah, and anything we're not bound to learn, we're bound to repeat. So we've been going forward without moving ahead. Yeah, the sun rose today. I guess yesterday couldn't tag along. And empires fall, foundations decay. It doesn't seem to matter if they're strong. One day everything that's left is left behind. So make room for whatever new they find. Just another something that's one of a kind. Just another something they'll leave behind. As they stand on the ashes of the frontier of time. So I really hope you enjoyed that one. Again, that was an original. I appreciate the request. Thank you. And again, I know I said it earlier, but if I play your request or you're having a good time, please consider a donation to Light of Day. It's really a great cause, and it's why we're all here. So we'd all really appreciate it. Thank you. This next song is this is a Springsteen song that was requested. I'm gonna grab a drink of water before I do it, but it's a fun one. I got a 69 Chevy with a 396, fuely ends and earth on the floor. She's waiting tonight down in the parking lot outside the 7-Eleven store. Me and my partner Sonny built her straight out of scratch, and he rides with me from town to town. We only run for the money, got no strings attached. We shut 'em up and then we shut 'em down. Tonight, the strip's just right. I want to blow on my first heat. Summer's here and the time is right for racing in the street. We take all the action we can meet, and we cover all the northeast state. When the strip shuts down, we run 'em in the street, from the back roads to the turnpike gate. Well, some guys, they just give up living and start dying little by little, piece by piece. Well, the guys come home and wash up, then they go racing in the street. Well, tonight, the strip's just right. I wanna blow 'em all out of their seats, calling out around the world, we're racing in the street. Well, I met her on a strip 3 years ago in a Camaro with this dude from LA. I blew that Camaro off my back and drove that little girl away. But now there's wrinkles around my baby's eyes. She cries herself to sleep at night. Come home, the house is dark, and she cries, baby, did you make it alright? Well, she just sits on the porch of her daddy's house, but all her pretty dreams are torn. She stares off alone into the night with the eyes of one who hates for just being born. For all the shut down strangers and hot rod angels rumbling through the promised land, tonight my baby and me, we're gonna ride to the sea and wash these sins off our hands. Yeah, we're gonna wash these sins off our hands. Tonight, the highway's bright out of our way, mister, you best keep. Yeah, 'cause summer's here and the time is right. We're racing in the street, yeah, yeah. So I really hope you enjoyed that one. That's one of those songs I kind of just play forever. We did that for for a piano Saturday on my Facebook page a couple weeks ago, and the first take we did was like 13 minutes. I hadn't realized. I just had kept playing, so I did it again, and I think I brought it down to 6 or 7 or something like that. Just a more reasonable amount of time. While I'm over here at the piano, going to do this song. This is a song that was requested. This is a John Prine song, actually. And this is my favorite John Prine song. I heard this, it actually might have been the first John Prine song I'd heard that really made me get into John Prine. Of course, I'd listened to him before, but this song really is what made. I heard it on the radio one time on the way to a gig, and it just made me really fall in love with his music. And so I'm really grateful to have found it. This is from his last album, actually, called The Tree of Forgiveness, which is a great album. If you haven't gotten it, check it out, please. And this is another request, but this is called Summer's End. Well, summer's end, surround the bend, just flying. The swimming suits are on the line, just drying. I'll meet you there for our conversation. I hope I didn't ruin your whole vacation. Well, you never know how far from home you're feeling until you've seen the shadows on the ceiling. Well, I don't know, but I can see it snowing. But in your car, the windows are wide open. Come on home, come on home. No, you don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Well, Valentines break hearts and minds at random, and that old Easter egg ain't got a leg to stand on. Well, I can see that you can't win for trying, and New Year's Eve is bound to leave you crying. Come on home, yeah, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Well, the moon and stars hang out in bars just talking, and I still love that picture of us walking. And just like that old house we thought was haunted, well, summer's end came faster than we wanted. Just come on home, come on home. No, you don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Yeah, come on home. No, you don't have to be alone. Just come on home. So I really hope you enjoyed that one. If you didn't know it, that's a John Prine song from his last album, actually, Tree of Forgiveness, which is one of my favorite albums. I was very excited when it came out, and it was such a shame when he passed almost a year ago now, I guess, in a couple months. But anyway, so I appreciate that request. This next one is also a request. All of these have been requests. So like I always say, if you don't like the set, I guess it's more your fault than anyone's, because these are all songs that you're giving me. But this is a song I really don't play much. I've only played this one other time, but this was a request. This was a request too, so I really hope you enjoy it. I'm not as good a piano player as I should be to play this song, but I'll give it a shot. Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood. Hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. But I'm taking a Greyhound on a Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. I've seen all of the movie stars in their fancy cars and their limousine. I've been high on the Rockies and under evergreens, but I know what I'm really needing, and I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind. New York. It was so easy living day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and the blue. Now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, the Daily News, oh. Well, it comes down to reality, and that's fine by me, 'cause I've let it slide. I don't care if it's Chinatown or up on Riverside. Well, I don't have any reasons, but I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind. New York. It was so easy living day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and the blue. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, the Daily News, and it comes down to reality, and it's fine by me, 'cause I've let it slide. I don't care if it's Chinatown or out on Riverside. Well, I don't have any reasons, no, I've left them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. Just taking a Greyhound on a Hudson River line, 'cause I'm in a New York, 'cause I'm in a New York state of mind. All right. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was like the second time I've played that, so I hope it was all right. So I'll keep going through these requests. I hope you're having a great time. I definitely am. I'll play one more over here at piano, and then I'll move over and keep playing everything on guitar. All right. This is another Springsteen tune. Hope you guys enjoy it. Mr. Trouble come walking this way. Yeah, gone by. Feel like one long day, but I'm alive. And I'm feeling alright. Well, I rode that hard road at a heartbreak city. Built a roadside carnival out of hurt and self-pity, and it was all wrong. And now I'm moving on. Ain't no church bell ringing, ain't no flags unfurled. Just me, you, and love we're bringing into the real world. Yeah, the real world. And I put a shrine in my heart, wasn't pretty to see, made out of fool's gold, memories and tears cry. Well, now I'm headed over the right, searching for one moment of love and truth. I still got a little faith. What I need is some proof tonight, and I'm looking for it in your eyes. Ain't no church bell ringing, ain't no flags unfurled. Just me, you, and love we're bringing into the real world. Into the real world. Yeah. Oh. Well, tonight, well, I wanna shout. I feel my soul waist deep and sinking into this black river down. And I just wanna rise and walk along the riverside. And when the morning comes, I don't wanna hide. I'll stand by your side with my arms open wide. Yeah, well, I wanna find some answers, I wanna ask for some help. I'm tired of running scared. Baby, let's get our bags packed. We'll take it here to hell and heaven and back. Yeah, well, if our love is hopeless at best, come on, baby, put on your party dress, 'cause it's ours tonight. We roll with the tumbling tide. There ain't no shrine in my heart, and it's pretty to see, made out of fool's gold, memories and tears cry. Now I'm headed over the rise, but there ain't no church bells ringing, ain't no flags unfurled. Just me, you, and the faith we're bringing into the real world. Into the real world. Whoa, whoa. All right. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'll move over to guitar and I'll play two more for you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll switch over to acoustic for this one. This one got a ton of requests. which I really appreciate. This is an original, and it got a lot of requests, which really means the world. I appreciate you guys listening for sure. I love to play, so I'm just really grateful people are listening. And this is one that closed out the recent album. This is called Goodbye to the End of the World, and really hope you enjoy. A friend of mine said it was the end of the world, but I wouldn't believe him even if it was true. There's too much I want to see and too much I have to do. Even circling the wagons and singing about my blue. I want to stand up for something that I believe in. Right now I don't even know what that would be. But I want to speak my truth till I've got no truth left to speak. And it'd be fun to see my name carved out on some big marquee. So I'm trying looking forward, 'cause I'd be lying if I said I didn't think I had more to offer. And I'm changing with the wind, and I'm learning like a child, but I know that couldn't end yet. 'Cause I've never felt real pain, never even lost a bet. Now I want mistakes that I can learn from and fill my silhouette. Well, I want to evolve with the rest of the world. Yeah, we all got a long way to go. No, but I'm just trying to learn what I don't already know. Trying to write more music to play you in a show. So I'm trying to keep looking forward, 'cause I'd be lying said I didn't think I had more to offer. So I'm saying goodbye to the end of the world. Saying goodbye 'cause I know that it ain't true. So it's adios and au revoir and arrivederci too. But Lord, whatever comes next in the queue. So it's adios and au revoir and arrivederci too. But Lord, whatever comes next in the queue. Well, I'm always down to try something new. Saying goodbye to the end of the world. And saying goodbye to the end of the world. All right, so again, that was an original. I really appreciate it. I got multiple requests for that one, so it means a lot. I'm going to end here on acoustic. I'll end with a Tom Petty tune. This was a request. Um, and this is one of my favorites. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, if I played one of your requests or you had a good time, please consider a donation to Light of Day. It really means the world. It's such a great cause, and I appreciate you tuning in. And it means a lot. I mean, it's going to be great, as always. You know, a great weekend of music, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And so I'll end here with this is a Tom Petty tune, and it's one of my favorites. It was a request that came through, and it's just I think it's got a good way to end here. And this is one that I opened the show in LA with some of the Heartbreakers and some other amazing musicians. One of which was actually Jeff Slate, he played yesterday, and Jesse Mallon, who I got to meet again at the show last year for Light of Day. So I think of them and those guys when I play this weekend too. Hope you enjoy. It started out down a dirty road. Well, it started out all alone, and the sun went down as I crossed the hill, and the town lit up, and the world got still. Well, I'm learning to fly, oh, but I ain't got wings. I'm coming down, yeah, well, that's the hardest thing. The good old days may not return. Yes, and the rocks might melt, and the sea may burn. And I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down, well, that's the hardest thing. Yes, it is. Some say life will beat you down, and it'll break your heart, it'll steal your crown. So it started out for God knows when. Yeah, but I guess I'll know when I get there. I'm learning to fly around the cloud, and what goes up, it must come down. Yeah, well, I'm learning to fly, oh, but I ain't got wings. Coming down, yeah, well, that's the hardest thing. Well, I'm learning to fly, oh, around the cloud, and what goes up must come down, and that's the hardest thing. All right, so I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It means the world. If you had a good time or I played one of your requests, please consider a donation to Light of Day. Like I said, it's a great cause, and I'm really grateful to be doing it and being a part of it. And it just means the world that you tuned in, and it's a great time. And and it's been a great time here in Asbury Park. Obviously, I'm sure you noticed I'm not in my normal live streaming room, and we're here at the Watermark and in Asbury Park, and it's a great time being here, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.